Hey fam, what up, man? I'm back at it. Look, I had to jump in here. I just got off YouTube, man. I'm a YouTube junkie, by the way. I just got off YouTube, and I was just, going through YouTube, and I got a chance to hear Rich McKay. First of all, let me say this: shouts out to Rich McKay for this reason. The interview he just did, I think when I looked at my phone, it was about 18 minutes ago. The interview he just did with two guys from 680 The Fan, and I remember these guys years ago. I don't really care for them per se. Now that's just my opinion. My opinion, and if you heard the interview, you know the guys I'm talking about, right? I want to give a shout out to Rich McKay for being a professional, number one, and understanding that he make a whole lot of money and he don't have to be drugged into certain questions. This man repeatedly did his job as a professional to try to move on and to talk about, obviously they're at an event, right, that Arthur Blank is getting an award for. I understand the radio personalities wanting to take this opportunity to ask questions, but they was asking probing questions to me to try to drag this man into some foolishness that because you didn't like the answer, you kept trying to rephrase questions and all that. I don't like foolishness like that, particularly as a Falcon fan. Hey, hold people accountable and all of that. But what I just heard with that was so crazy to me. These two radio personalities from 680 The Fan trying to corner this man into a conversation. You tried to allude to Arthur Blank's health. You tried to do all this type of craziness. And this man said, Rich McKay I'm talking about, said, hey, let's talk about the award Arthur Blank is getting. And then he said, as you know, in this business, if we're worrying about just his game, not that I'm overlooking it, but if you're worrying about just his game, you pretty much going to be stuck. He said, we're on to New England, and we are concerned about winning a game. And here's my thing. At the end of the day, we're here at Tuesday, heading to Wednesday. At some point, guys, we got to move on. Yes, we got our butt, we was embarrassed, all of that. But at some point, we got to move on. And to ask the dumb questions that these guys was asking, trying to get this man and bait this man into something, shouts out to you, Rich McKay.